Welcome to the day 3 of the Figma in 3 days course. Today we will be learning how to create interactive prototypes using Figma. Prototyping is an essential part of design process and it allows us to test and refine our design before we build them. Let's get started. So I'm going to be starting with this splash screen one. So once the user click on this green button, is going to go to the next page. So before we do that, I'm going to zoom in and then let's auto layout these two together. So you can just use Shift A for auto layout. It didn't work well, so I'm not going to auto layout it. I'm just going to be using this button, this radar button, this escape button I mean. So let's go to prototype. So you come here and click on prototype. So let's just click. So once you bring your your cursor here, so you are going to be seeing this icon, so you can just drag it to this page. So you can drag it to anywhere, but let's just drag it to this page. So once it's linked, you should leave it. So now it's going to bring up this interactions details. So let's add on click. So once the user click it, they are going to go to, so that's why we are using on click. So navigate to okay, that is correct. Let's leave it as that. So I'm not liking this animation. Let's play this first. So I'm going to click on this play icon. Let's wait for this to load. So this is not even bringing a mockup, so I'm just going to close this. And once you see that it's not bringing a mockup, don't click out of the page you are designing. Don't, make sure you are not clicking any frame here. So you are going to get these details. Make sure you are in prototype. So the device, I'm just going to select iPhone 14 Pro Max, the same size I used there. So you can change this. I'm just going to leave it as space black. So let's try and play this again. So you can just come to this top view. So this is the flow one. So this is where this, let's say this prototype begins. So it's going to label it flow one. If you have another prototype stuff here, I think it's going to label that as, it's going to keep numbering that. So you can just click on play here or click on play here. Let's try this. So let's wait for this to render into real time. Yeah, it's called real time. So we are waiting for the rendering. So now this is the screen. So once I click on this, you see it's going to change to the next screen. So you can just back it, and I'm not liking this animation. You see it just changed into the next screen, but we can leave this animation, or let's try and change this animation. So I'm going to close it and let's click on this, and then let's change its animation to something like smart animate. Let's see what smart, I don't think smart animate. Let's try move in. So yeah, I'm going to move in like this. So the time, you can increase the timing, or we can use ease in. I like ease in. Yeah. So let's present this again and let's see what it's brought. This is not responding, so I'm just going to reload this page. So once this is loaded up, let's try the animation again. So let's click on display. So I think that animation is actually great, so I can just go back and let's play it again. Okay, that animation is great. So you don't have to close this again, it's going to be working in real time. So let's go back here and let's link this splash screen to, let's link it to the home page. So this as well, so I'm just going to drag it to the home screen. So now I'm going to be doing the interactions later. So let's link this home screen to this home screen with pop-up. Let's write home screen pop-up here. So I'm just going to be linking this. Once the user click any part of this quick access, is going to get directed to the settings page. Yeah. So I'm going to be adding the animations later. Now once the user click on this, no, not click, but it's going to be drag, but let's just link this back to this home screen. So this is not going to be on top. Wait, I'm going to be doing that later. So let's add animations of this. So I'm just going to be using, okay, move in. The move in is actually great there. So we can check smart animate matching layers. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm not going to check that. Let's check that off and let's go to the next animation here, which is this. So for this I'm going to be using pop-up, something like this. Then we can just use smart animation for this. You see, the animation is actually smart here. So everything that is here is going to remain here. It's just the things that are here and they are not here that are going to pop up in. So that's the reason we are using smart animation. You can change the time frame, but I'm just going to leave it as this and leave it as is in. Then let's work on the pop-up, when we want to go back. So let's work on this animation. So this is not going to be on tab. Once the user places his or her hands on this, then drag it down, so the pop-up is going to go away. So let's use on drag. Then let's use something like this, or let's use something like this, and let's use smart animation. You see, let's try this. So this is actually great. So I'm just going to, let's go back to this first screen and let's run this. Okay, but you can just go back here and I think it's going to actually reload it in real time. So let's click on this, the animation is great, and let's click on this. Okay, the animation is great. So once we click on this, you see the pop-up came up. Then let's drag this down. Okay, yeah, let's select it and drag it down. Okay, it's actually not working, so let's go back and use this instead. So instead of that, let's use this. I'm going to zoom in and then let's cancel this. You can just bring it here when your cursor add X at the bottom, so that means that you want to cancel it, so you can just drag it out. So I'm just going to be using this, and let's come here and go back to this page, and yeah, let's use this. So let's try rendering this again, and let's try and drag this down. Okay, it actually worked. I'm just going to go back and let's try it again. Play and then play. I'm not liking these two animation. So you can play with it, but let's leave it like this. I think this is actually dope. So let's leave it like this. Then once we press this, the pop-up is going to come up, and let's try and drag it down. Oh, I think that is on click. Okay, on tab. So let's change it to on drag. So we are going to change it to on drag, and then let's go back to our render. So I'm just going to go back to the home, to the first flow. Then let's click here, and then click this time day up and drag it down, drag it down. Yeah, okay, that actually worked. Let's click on it again, and then drag it down. Oh, it actually worked. Click on it and drag it down. Okay, that's actually worked. But if you slow down this, there are some smart animation happening here that we don't want. We actually don't. You see the smart animation, we don't actually want that. So I'm just going to uncheck this, and yeah, let's use something like this. Yeah, let's use smart animation. I think if we uncheck the smart animation, it's going to work like this. So we don't want that. So let's try the smart animation. So how to fix this is just that, how to fix the icons that are dropping with this is just that, when make sure you design this page finish, like you add the colors, the image and stuff before you start doing this pop-up, and make sure you copy this. You know that when we hide this, let me hide this. So these icons are actually different from these icons. That's the reason why it's dragging them in. So if they are not different, it's going to notice them and then just leave them where they are. So that's the reason the icons are dragging. So once you see this, yeah, you see. So that's that. I think we are done prototyping this app. So you can even create more screens, like the settings and notification screen, and then add prototyping to it. So I think this is everything, but you can still use some, like this is the basic prototyping. There are some prototyping shortcuts and fun prototyping where you can actually prototype your designs, but I think this is actually nice for beginners. Congratulations on completing the Figma in 3 days course. You have learned how to design a landing page UI, mobile app UI, and how to create interactive prototypes using Figma. Learning doesn't have to stop here. If you want to take your design skills to the next level, you should watch my portfolio course. The portfolio course will teach you how to showcase your design to potential clients and employers. You will learn how to create stunning portfolios and present your works to others. Follow the link in the description to the portfolio video to get started. See you there. Peace.